Going on, everybody? It's Mike with Cleveland Cutting Board Furniture Company. Where you been? Yeah, I've been slacking. It's been 3 weeks since my last video. It's just been 8 to 12 hours, 12 to 16-hour days in the shop every day, followed up by 2 or 3 more hours in the office every night, working on invoicing and orders and delivery schedules and packing and shipping and blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares, work harder, right? But no, it's been great. I really enjoy what's going on right now with the shop. So here I got a nice long list, 2 rows of everything that's going on in the last 2, I think it's been 3 weeks since my last video. So time's going by so fast. I can't believe it. If I hold my list up the right way up, let's see. Yesterday, Saturday, I did the Vermillion Farmers Market, first one of the year. That worked out great. I had a great day. It's always fun seeing people like, hey, where you been? I haven't seen you in the last couple of years. I didn't do any of them last year. So had a great booth, had a great spot. I'm hoping I keep that as my regular spot. That'd be pretty awesome because it's right next to the parking, because it's a pain in the ass. The hardest part about doing those shows is packing up, going to the location, unpacking, carrying, because sometimes you got to park far and walk. It's a pain in the ass. So this was a great show. Met a lot of new customers. Vermillion's a real big tourist town, so a lot of new people coming to town. So I'm gonna do a few of those. I think I'm gonna do this coming Saturday and then next Saturday for the vet show. Then I have a couple other things to do. So I should be there just about every Saturday now. I think it's July and August they do it. So Vermillion's Farm Market, downtown Vermillion, over by St. Mary's Church on the corner of Main Street and Ohio Street. Yes, that's where it's at. So be sure to check that out. A lot of cool vendors there. A lot of cool. The lady next to me was making soap, which smelled awesome the whole time. So, and there's a couple of fruit and vegetable vendors there and different things. So be sure to stop by there. Other thing that's been big in the last couple weeks is signs, wedding signs. I've been making a lot of wedding gift signs. The great thing is these are cutting board customers who've already bought cutting boards, or maybe the people who are getting married already have one of my cutting boards. So they're ordering these kind of signs, which has been really cool. And I really like making the signs. It's really another level of creativity that for me to work on. So let's see what else. So speaking of signs, the secret sign of the month, it's being delivered this week. It's actually sitting right there on the bench. It's done, ready to go. All I have to do is put the sawtooth hanger in the back, deliver that to my good friend and his wife. I'm really excited. So post a picture of that next week. So that sign is done. We'll get that out to him. Let's see what else. The dog dish. So those of you know who follow the videos, who know me personally, my wife personally, we got another Boston Terrier. Vandal is 14 weeks old. Broke his leg after we had him for 2 weeks. He's hopefully getting his cast off this week. So I made a dog dish little thing for him to help lift it up a little bit and more easy for him to eat out of it. So it's a fun project. It was a CNC project. Posted some pictures, which led to, of course, some more orders. People want one for their dogs. So if you want a dog dish holder like this, whether customized or not for your dog, what I need from you is the actual dishes, because the dishes are recessed. So if you want to give me the diameter, I'll build it to your specs. But I already had someone order one. They gave me the diameter, and they called me back and said, oh, it's not fitting. I measured. I said, no, look, it's the exact size of what you ordered. If you want me to fix it, it's going to be a charge. And the problem is fixing these things is not easy once they're all assembled. So it's easy for you to give me a dish. I know it's a little bit of time with not having the dog dish, but that's the best way to do it. So if you want a dog dish like Vandal's, let me know. So let's see what else. Cups. Been doing a shit ton of cups. I just did a big cup order for my friends over at Rusted Bear CNC and Fabrication. Did a bunch of cups for them. That turned out really cool. I'm just gonna leave this over here to the side because I got so much shit to share. So I'll leave this open right here. So did the cups for Rusted Bear. They turned great. They're for sale on their website. If you need any metal fabrication, these are the guys to go to. Metal signs, brackets. We're working on another project together for a downtown business in Vermillion where I'm making the sign. He's gonna make the brackets. So metal fabrication, that's the guy you wanna go to. Cody and his dad Dave do a great job over there. So so a lot of cups, a lot of other cups. Cups. Everyone likes their summer, their tumblers for the summer with different names. or sayings or quotes or branding or whatever. So I highly recommend, it's not a lot more, but put your initials on that cup because they disappear very rapidly. I know I've lost a lot. The boat table, the Exuma boat table for our friends Mary and Terry, that's all done. That was delivered and installed last weekend. They actually had their maiden voyage. They took the boat over to Put-in Bay to kind of see it. I'm looking forward to hearing back from them on how that turned out. Excuse me. How that turned out. So that was a great project. A lot of people asked me, what did I use to get that finished? So I used, I don't see the can must be in the other building. I used a product, I'll post a picture right here. So right here's what I used. This is the product I used for that table to get that gloss. That has 7 coats. Now the joke, it's funny, the manufacturer will tell you that for every 2 coats you get 1 year of use because of the UV and stuff. What a lot of old school boaters and boat builders and guys who do this kind of work regularly tell you, every 2 coats is 1 year, but you don't count the first 2 coats. So you really need 4 coats and you build it from there. So this has, I think, 7 coats. Now the problem I found with this table is because the way the ends fold up, I chamfered the inside radius so when it folded over, it worked great. But then I built up 7 layers, it started rubbing. So then I got it all said and done, I folded the ends up, those radiuses rubbed together, so I had to go back through, take the whole thing apart, strip it down, add a bigger radius in the inside there, revarnish it, and then got it done. So it turned out great. I'm real happy with it. So it's on the boat, and I think they're coming back from the bay today. So we'll see how that worked out. So that was a fun project. What am I working on right now? The record cabinet for my good friend Colleen. I've got, the panels are cut for the front and the back. All the pieces are made for the end. The top is ready for varnish. There's a box that's going to go where the records are going to sit in it on top so you can flip through the records. That box is done. That's got the first coat of finish on it. So all these things are done. This week I'll be working on final assembly. I have a couple little pieces to make. There's some support pieces. They're made. It's got to do all the joinery on them. And then by midweek I should have this thing, and I'm using a hard wax finish. So hopefully by the end of this week I should be really close to having that done because I have another big project to jump into, which is going to be a blind. So a blind like you would use in a house, like to separate 2 spaces. So I'll talk more about that in next week's video. So I got to jump on that project next. Saddlebag buddies. I've been making a lot of clubs. A lot of these. Now, what these clubs are for is you keep them in your saddlebag of your motorcycle, or you keep them in the cub of your in your door of your vehicle. Then you use these clubs to tap on the tires to make sure the tires have the right pressure, and that's what these are called. That's what these are for. That's the only reason why you should want one of these clubs. So a bunch of those are done. I've been doing lots of some cool custom engraving on those. I have those for sale. Not only you can pick them up, or if you want to come to the farm market or I forget what it's called, the market in Vermillion. Those will be ready to go. Put my glasses on. When I was my wife and I were in France a couple years ago, we started, we'd order a charcuterie board. We like doing like small lunches and this, so we can keep going. French style charcuterie board. It's pretty cool. They always have handles, and they have like a little well in them. So I made a couple of those. Sold one of the 2 I made. I'm gonna make a few more and see how that goes. But the French style charcuterie board is something kind of different. I don't think anyone else that I know of is making those. So hope those will be a big seller for us. What else? The whiskey shelf. I finally got the whiskey shelf done. I was running out of room in the whiskey collection, so I put this up. It's a live edge Claro walnut with a black resin. I used a gas pipe for the shelf support. Made a nice little bracket so it's locked in there. So whiskey collection is not only covering the shelf, but now it's the cabinet's on. It's now growing up. So I gotta start drinking more whiskey to make room for more whiskey. So that got done finally. Sign. I did a couple signs this week for campers. So I do a lot of signs for wedding gifts and things like that. But now people want, I guess I don't go to these campsites. So a very good friend of mine, Ryan, he has a camper that him and his kids go to on the weekend that they love. So he asked me, he said, hey, all the other campers have a cool sign. Can you make me one? So yes, I made a nice sign on mahogany, put some varnish on it for him, clear coated it so you can hang it out front, and it turned out real nice. So I'm glad he's happy with that. Let's see. Wine glass charcuterie holders. Wine glass charcuterie boards. My brain's not working this early yet this morning. I got a big batch of those. I got 20 of those. I sold out of those 100%. I got someone ordered 10, and I think I made close to 20. So I have those done this week and for sale. And I have some for sale next weekend at the Vermillion Market as well. Grill scrapers, same thing. I sold out the grill scrapers. I got probably a waiting list of like 10 people who are waiting for them. So I made another 20. Got those in the works. Those will be done this week also. They're all made. All I gotta do is just do the bevel on them, and then I gotta do the final sanding and oil on them. Those just have a mineral oil finish. Same thing with the security boards. Harbortown Trading Company got their sign done. That was a fun project. I love working with Fran. She's a really smart girl, lady. Girl? Oh, I don't know what you're supposed to call people anymore. So I got that all done. That's hung up. That turned out nice. I've had a number. I love when people walk by me or people approach me and say, "Hey, I seen the sign you made. It turned out awesome." So I hear that a lot with the Woodstock sign from Jimmy, and then the Harbortown sign. It's the first time I use that it's high density urethane. It's supposed to be great for outside applications, which is what it is. Here's looking awesome on this morning. So that sign got done. Let's see what else. The teak table. I made a teak table, Norco Star, gas lamp legs. I got it all done. I posted it for sale. I had it sitting in the dining room. I come home, it was gone. I couldn't figure out where's that. The wife said, "Nope, we're keeping this one. It's on our upstairs patio." So the teak table technically was sold. I think my wife claimed I didn't get any money for it, but it's on our upstairs patio. It fits perfectly. Let's see. What else? So a couple weeks ago, my buddy and I were in works to do a very special box. We were approached by the NFL, or actually approached by the company that provides the footballs for the NFL, the Super Bowl. I had mentioned back in January, December, about a very secret a very secret project I was working on, and that was for a box to hold a game ball to give to Rihanna, who was doing the halftime show for the Super Bowl. Super stoked. Spent countless hours on design. I made a mock-up. It got approved. I guess basically made the final one, and I rushed this thing because we were in a rush to get done by the Super Bowl. Got it done. Shipped to my buddy. The company who produces these footballs was on board. Shipped it to them, and nothing. They ghosted us. So not only was it all the hours, but it was right in my busiest season of the year. So it was just like, but I got it done per the specs. It just looked awesome. Sent it to my buddy. It looked so good. Originally they were going to cover the whole thing in leather using the football. And then they decided they're going to do something different. And then they just ghosted us. I've sent multiple emails, invoices, and heard nothing from them. So yes, I got screwed over by a multi-million-dollar company. Screwed us over for a few $100. So what are you gonna do? So I'm not gonna mention their name. I'm not gonna go through all that. It sucks. So people ask me because of my buddy's post, and he actually said, "Hey, can I tag you in this?" And I said, "Sure." I was gonna let it go, but people have been asking, so that's what's going on with that. So let's see what else. Oh, I do have more. Two more things. Lumber sale. So I've been a wood hoarder for years, and I've got 2 storage units full of lumber. I need to downsize. I got some things going on where I need to downsize. So if you need walnut, maple, hickory, I have some beautiful live edge oak. I'm not going to give it away, but if you need any of that stuff, give me a call. And if you want to buy the slab raw, I'll sell it to you. If you want to buy the slab, I can flatten it for you. If I can mill it for you, I can take it up to the point. If you want to build your own project, I can take it up to the point where you feel comfortable taking over from there. So if you're looking for any lumber, I've got a bunch in stock. If you need smaller pieces of stuff, you have a project, I've got stacks and stacks of offcuts, not scraps, offcuts. So if you need anything for a project, let me know, and I'll give you a really good deal. It'll help me make more room for other things I have going on. So that's it. So then finally, and last but not least, I made a new sign for the shop. How many days since Mike last bled in the shop? So it was over 40 since I did my thumb. Well, 2 weeks last week, last cut of the day, I was wrapping up and I was getting ready to leave the shop today, and I got my finger caught up in the router table. So 10 stitches later, not having health insurance, it costs $2,000. That's $200 per stitch. So it was an expensive lesson. Finger's fine. It's gonna be a little stiff for a few days. Didn't need surgery. Didn't do anything major damage. So, but that's it. That's it for the weekend shop update. Hope everyone has a great week. Go over my list one last time. I think I got everything. So the last thing I'm gonna leave you with is people ask me like, what? They ask me about the projects. They follow me along the process. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna do it. I think with the project I've already done is once a project is done, I'm gonna do a separate video on a shop. What am I gonna call it? I'm gonna call it a project review. Once a project is done, I'll take all the pictures, talk about it, give more detail on the making process. So I think I'm gonna start doing that. So anyway, that's it for this weekend's weekend shop update for Cleveland Kiteboard and Furniture Company. I hope everyone has a great week. The weather has been off and on awesome. Today it's sunny right now out here. I was in the pool yesterday, it rained. The smoke from Canada was a bitch for a few days, but that's cleared up. So, but anyway, I'm rambling. I'm gonna go inside, have some breakfast, and I'll talk to you guys this week. A lot of great things coming up. I'm sure I forgot something. But anyway, have a great week, and I'll talk to you guys next time.